Welcome back everyone to another LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga Q&A number 21. This is becoming like my most consistent series right now. Welcome guys. Quite a week. We've had quite a bit of news. We've had a big leak. Still no release date, still no trailer, that's the main one. I still can't believe we're actually sat here saying still no release date. That delay that I thought would never happen just seems to keep popping up in my head now, even though I don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to get into the news recap in a second, which I actually have recapped before watching the stream, because even though I make these videos myself, I end up forgetting what I've covered once I move on to the next one. So I've recapped. There's 2 videos going up this week that I'd recommend watching. Welcome Hybrid, JEDI, welcome Tyler, Gnomes, Matthew, you missed the Battlefront stream yesterday, how could you? Bennett, welcome, PTA, Trash, Dan, Kevin, Aisha, Ninjago, Hybrid, Cowboy Max, Mickey, Spaghetti, Royal, Destroyer, Michael, Smile, Joachim, Tyler, Josh. How are you doing everyone? So, news this week. First of all, in the first news update of the week, we recapped a few details from the week before, but the ones that weren't new from that was that we now have confirmation that the 800 characters in the game, that includes every variation of each character, so like every version of Obi-Wan, even every creature, so like the Wampa, for example, who's confirmed, will be included in that. So is there going to be 800 slots on the collection screen? Because it even includes NPCs. No, it's not. So it's probably going to be around 300 on there. And then what was the next one? So we had the leak. We had the leak suggesting that the. So what was it? I just recapped this. So it was firstly about the combat. It was firstly about not the combat. How you would be acquiring abilities in a way like Fallen Order, where you'd have skill points, you could upgrade them. In the same way with weapons, there would be an upgrade system reminiscent of Battlefront 2. With the 4 different stages. I don't know where I got combat from in all of that. I'm trying to remember this all at the top of my head because I didn't bother to make notes. Then we also had these stickers that were popping up on the German version of the game, including that the deluxe edition is now available in Germany. These new stickers which could suggest there was either promos left over from months ago or that there is promotion out there that's awaiting to start. This is just a quick summary, so definitely check out the videos if you haven't already. And then finally, I believe that it's confirmed that all the sets with a plate and the Skywalker Saga sticker on the back, so not the code ones, the actual sticker itself with no code. That only includes the vehicles and not the characters. So what a week! What a week! There was actually quite a bit to go over. So we're going to get into questions as always. Let me know in the comments. First question from Joseph, who asks how I am. I'm good, my friend. How are you? Could there possibly be a demo? If the game keeps getting, I say delayed, we don't know if it's been delayed a second time, but say it has been delayed, and it keeps getting pushed back in some way, then I would guess so, like there could be a demo. I think the game could have been delayed again without us even knowing, but not to the extent of it not being spring. I think potentially May would have been its release date, and I'm definitely thinking now that if it is to come out in spring, I think it's going to be June. So there could have been a delay behind the scenes that we're just unaware of. Yeah, that's how it's going. So we're going to do a story on this one. I actually know where the mini kit is that I got to do on this one, but it's a free play one, so that's great. Let's get into questions though, guys. Like if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new. Let's go. Do we know how many spaceships, and does it count unrideable spaceships? So in terms of vehicles, Spaghetti, we don't have a number yet. It's weird because we have a number of planets. We know there's at least 23 planets. We have a number of characters, but nothing on vehicles. I am going to guess, even though I think it's pretty obvious that the Clone Wars era has the most variety of vehicles, I would say they're going to be fair and they're going to split it equally. Maybe one era might have one more vehicle than another era, but for the most part, I think they'll be the same. I mean, the prequels are going to have the most unique because you're going to have a TIE fighter in both the sequels and the originals. Whether there's differences between it ability-wise, it's still going to be the same vehicle for the most part. I would guess L337 would be in the solo pack Retro Boy, which could be quite exciting because I don't believe we've had a LEGO minifigure of L337. Like, regardless of what anybody thinks of her character, surprisingly, I'm not actually I remember I didn't like her too much at first, but I'm a big fan of the Solo movie, so I actually don't mind L3 anymore. I'm not saying she's great, but that's besides the point. I think she'll be in there. Solo's gonna have to miss out some big ones though, because I remember doing my video for it. And in the video, I put in Maul. I put in Maul as a character because I think it's going to be 8 characters like the Force Awakens game per DLC pack. I put in Maul because I just don't think they would miss out Maul. You know, he's a big reason why people like that movie, or he's like the main attraction in that movie. So if you count all the characters together and there does end up being 8 characters only, then there's going to be some big ones that miss out in Solo. Next question anyway. Are there any characters that you're worried we won't be able to play as? I think for the most part any main character, even any character that's in the background for a significant amount of scenes, for example Ki-Adi Mundi, will be playable obviously. Like I say every week, I think certain Jedi like Oppo Rancis, Yariel Poof maybe, because of his tail or the long neck, might be a bit questionable, but you know, I don't really know anyone else. Like, I think every character is going to be in there. How you doing, Michael? Are there any characters you... I just read that one. What are the chances? Alpha, let's answer yours. What is something realistic you want to see out of the game but probably won't happen? Oh, that's a good one. I want, because this is something I'm worried about after my demo video I made, I want to be able to travel from hyperspace, from planet to planet, without there being a loading screen in between traveling to the planet and landing. Because if you watch the demo video, which I know a lot of you did, because that's doing well lately, but there's gonna most likely be a cutscene in between. How you doing, William? The main attraction, of course. What are you excited for? Gameplay? What are you excited for? Gameplay or gameplay? What do you mean hybrid? Gameplay or gameplay? Is that a trick question? I'm excited for gameplay. I'm excited for a demo. I'm excited for a trailer. I'm excited for something, a release date. I did say last week, and look, I stand by this. Where are we now? We've got 1 week left of February, and I said last week we got 2 weeks left of February, and then I'd say we got 1 week of March, potentially 2. I think there's any time period with it, any day within that period for me works for news. So we still got 1 week of February to go. Now, was I sitting here a week ago saying to you all we've got 2 weeks of February left and thinking we'll definitely have something this week? No, but I thought it was definitely possible to have something this week. But we still got 1 week of February left where something can potentially happen. And I'd say we've still got 2 weeks of March. If we're getting onto a 3rd week of March and there's still nothing, then in my opinion that says delay all over it. So that's what I'm thinking right now. But I'm hoping somewhere in there there's gameplay, there's a trailer, there's a demo, there's something that we've been waiting a long time for, but we'll see. Is this a good level to do when answering questions? I don't know. How extensive do you think the free roam aspect of the game will be? I think, so once again I'm going off the demo because I know, so the reason I say this is because I know a lot of people who watched my demo video and then watched Brad's demo video, which is the guy who originally gave me all the details, said that they sounded very similar and there wasn't many differences. But what I say to that is they did sound very similar, but behind the scenes he kind of gave me a really good outlook on how things were working in the game. And it does seem, or we're working in this demo, which a lot of them will probably carry over to the game. And one of the first ones about that was that when you land on Tatooine, you land in a specific place. Like I said, there's a loading screen in between, and then you land in a specific part. So it's not as crazy, which I was kind of, maybe I was getting my hopes up too much here, but it's not as crazy as just you land, you fly to Tatooine, you can land anywhere. You can land on the Mos, you can land outside the Mos Eisley Cantina. You can land. Where else is there in Tatooine that's iconic? Jabba's Palace. It seems like you are set to locations, and for me, that summarizes how extensive I think free roam is going to be. Because if you're limited straight away, now obviously this isn't a free roam, or it is a free roam Star Wars game, but at the same time it's not an open world Star Wars game. So already for me that's a bit disappointing. Now that could change. I would love, I get it, you can't just land anywhere. You can't be dropping by Tatooine and landing on top of the Mos Eisley Cantina, or crash landing on top of Luke's house and absolutely destroying it. But I'd like to be able to choose a bit more where you can land. Thoughts on online co-op? You gotta have it. In my opinion, you have the complete saga where you've got 2-player. I don't know. Somebody said this to me in the comments. I'm gonna need someone to clarify this. But for the complete saga, did PC have more than just 2 players? Because I'm told it apparently did. On Xbox at least, and on PlayStation, you can do 2 players online on complete saga. So I think you got to have at least 4 players for Skywalker Saga for it to actually live up to the fact that it is the biggest LEGO game of all time. Now, obviously, it could live up in other areas, but for me, you've got to have at least 4 players, yourself and 3 others. I say this every week, and honestly, if there's not even at least 2 players, so Tyler, you confirmed PC had at least 2, which for me, I'm thinking PC is going to have 4. Maybe. I'm hoping Xbox does. I'm hoping PlayStation allows you to play with 3 other friends. That just seems realistic to me. Now, obviously, I'd love to have a party of 40 friends, and for anyone saying, do you even have 40 friends? I don't, but I'm thinking here realistically, with the hype of the game, could we potentially get 40 people in a game all at once? Probably, but that's not going to happen with a LEGO game. So I'm saying there's got to be 4 online. How is going from planet to planet going to work? You're essentially going to go into... So it depends if they go off... So logic of the sequel trilogy is that a TIE fighter can drop into hyperspace. Now, in the demo, from what Crad told me, he picked the Millennium Falcon. The dev picked the Millennium Falcon to travel between planets because it has a hyperdrive. So first of all, it's going to be whatever vehicle has a hyperdrive. So once again, if we go off the logic of the sequels, which I suppose they're going to have to follow for that era, maybe this is one of the things that could make a First Order TIE fighter better than an Imperial TIE fighter, for example. But if you were to travel in the sequels between planet to planet, you'd be able to take a TIE fighter. Any ship with a hyperdrive, you're pretty much going to be able to take around and get to other planets. Now, another question, this is one I've had and this isn't confirmed, but something I'd like and something I could see happening is, could you potentially... We know a Star Destroyer can just randomly drop out of hyperspace, and then you've got to disable it, and then you can board it. Now, could you go undetected in the Star Destroyer, and then once the Star Destroyer is maybe done at... I'm not going to use Tatooine again as another example. Let's say the TIE Fighter's done on Hoth, the TIE Fighter then jumps to hyperspace to Endor. Can you stay aboard that Star Destroyer? Why was I saying TIE Fighter? Can you stay aboard that Star Destroyer and automatically get transported to another planet? Now that would be cool. I suppose you're also going to have the hyperspace rings that they have in the prequels that will allow you to get between planets. I would be very surprised if they didn't use mechanics like that from the last game. But, yeah. Which character do you think will be the most powerful / hardest to get? I was thinking about this because I think easily we could all guess it's going to be the Emperor, it's going to be Yoda, it's going to be Anakin, but it's going to be the Force Ghosts, isn't it? The Force Ghosts by far I think are going to be the hardest. So Anakin, Obi-Wan, Yoda we pretty much know will be in there. The question is, will they go with Qui-Gon? I think there's a chance. We know Qui-Gon can actually project his image by the time of... what is it? A New Hope, or in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. What's interesting is Kylo disappeared at the end of Episode 9, didn't he? So technically, Kylo could become a Force Ghost. We know Luke and Leia can now, which obviously we didn't know they could be Force Ghosts. when the complete saga was made. So already there you've got the potential for the 3 original Force Ghosts, Luke and Leia, which is 5, Qui-Gon, which is 6, and Kylo, which is 7. Now imagine if you got 7 Force Ghosts there. They're arguably going to be the most expensive characters, the best to get. The question is, how are they going to rank them? Who's going to be the Force Ghost that everyone wants? Because in this game there is a difference of about 100,000 coins between all of them, between all 3 of the Force Ghosts. But there's not really any difference. You could argue maybe there's a difference with Master Yoda, just because of his movements. But Anakin and Obi-Wan, alright, they might have a few different movements in this game, but there's not really much difference, is there, between them in terms of how they operate. So I would say that they should be the same price in this game, but they're not. So it'll be interesting to see how they alter that. Hello, Obi, as well. Good to see you. Will Yoda walk slowly again? Yoda, I suppose it's accurate, but at the same time, it's weird, isn't it? How Yoda is all of a sudden really fast with a lightsaber, and then as soon as Yoda gets out his walking stick, he's slow. But you can't really blame TT Games for that, because that is accurate. So I hope to just satisfy everyone, make it accurate to Yoda, but at the same time, don't make him slow as hell. Bring back the hover chair from the video game. An insane addition. The hover chair, how did that not make it in to the complete saga? It's beyond me. Dexter's Diner and the hover chair were robbed of places in the complete saga. We can't let that happen again. No way. Leia, shoot back at them. Look at them just bullying her right here. Do I think the custom characters will have an upgrade system? I hope not. I really hope they don't. I hope the custom characters... This is like the most simple way for it to work, and it is beyond me as to why this is never done in LEGO games. They really just mess the character customizer up. I can't say anything outside of Star Wars games because I haven't played any outside of Star Wars games. But in terms of LEGO Star Wars games, why the hell the system just doesn't work as you unlock the character, you get all the parts to that character for the customizer, is beyond me. I'm basically saying that if you unlock Han Solo, you should unlock all the parts of Han Solo to the point where if you want to recreate the exact same minifigure in the character customizer, you can. Now obviously there'd be no point in that, but you should be able to have every asset of that character. I don't have a clue why that's not a thing. I hope they get that right this time, but considering it's been so simple for so long and they just don't seem to be able to master it, I'm kind of worried. I'd even love it if you can use the NPCs and their bodies and swap and change with that kind of thing. I think an upgrade system doesn't work for it. I think just unlock every asset. I mean, maybe there's a limit, you know. What if you have Force Ghost Obi-Wan's body but normal Darth Vader legs? Does that make you a ghost or does it not? I think with the ghosts there should be rules that come into play where you can't have a half and half body, because that just makes no sense. But with all the other characters who are alive and well, that it should just be a normal upgrade system. The next character anyway. Oh, I know the LEGO Star Wars 3 customizer sucks because I was only having to go through the pain of that. I made Ahsoka from the end of Star Wars Rebels when she's in the white. Now it had the male sounds, like the death noise and everything, and there was no way I could change it. I couldn't give her a cape, even though I could give her a hood. I could only give her a white hood, which in that case worked, but who else has a white hood in Star Wars? It's usually a black hood, isn't it? Or a grey hood, so that was pretty annoying. I'm gonna stop rambling on about it, but I don't understand how something so easy is made so difficult every time. Next question anyway. I'm excited for gameplay or story. The most I'm excited for... Well, I mean, we know what the story's going to be, so I'd probably say gameplay, but I suppose I'm equally as excited. Will there be a hub world, Josh? We know that there's going to be multiple hub worlds, so it'll be a bit like The Force Awakens, but better. Whereas the hub world can be whatever planet you choose to be the hub world, which is fantastic, honestly. And this isn't confirmed, but I think it goes without saying that I think each hub world will have something unique there. Now, I hope there's not a character customizer on every world, for example. I hope it's limited to just a few, but at the same time, I could see them just putting it on every world. But I hope each planet offers something unique, and I don't just mean in terms of design. I hope there is something specific that you have to go to Coruscant for example, that you can't just find in the middle of Hoth. But I think that goes without saying that's going to be in there. But I think hub worlds, and here's one thing that I think is great. James McLaughlin, one of the developers, has already confirmed that the Mos Eisley Cantina is just part of one big hub world on Tatooine. So I think the only thing left they need to confirm now in terms of hub worlds is that Dexter's Diner is just one small part of a huge hub world on Coruscant, which I honestly do think it will be. Not only because it's Dexter's Diner and it's one of the things we see in the movies on Coruscant, but the fact that it is the original hub world, and they're going to try and cater to everyone with this, I think we will see it. It's just going to be a small part, but that's fine. Because I don't want just one specific location on a planet as the hub world. I love these big hub worlds. I think it's a fantastic idea. If we do get a demo, I don't think it's going to be the demo we got at E3. That was more because I was under the impression that people actually got to play that demo until, obviously, I spoke to Cred about it and he told me that the developer just played it in front of their eyes. But I very much doubt that's going to be the actual demo if we get one, and the reason I say that is just because it was more of just a free-roaming showcase in a way to show the few people who got to see it what the game offers, rather than an actual level in itself. Because once he's killed the Tusken Raiders in that, he's not really doing anything else for most of it, he's just looking around. So I think we'll actually get an actual level. And I've predicted many times, I think that level is either going to be Hoth or Geonosis. It's on the cover art, and I'm not saying because it's on the cover art it has to be in there, but I think if we were to get a demo, they're going to showcase something off the front cover. Now, I'd maybe be more inclined for Hoth just because it's original trilogy and everyone likes it. But at the same time, the prequels are so beloved these days, as they should be, obviously, but it's nice to see the prequels being loved these days, so maybe they go with Geonosis. Maybe it won't be either, but I would think it would be one of them, is what I'm saying. Hello Alex, good to see you. That's a fantastic idea, Tyler, honestly. Yeah, I think in terms of the exclusive things to planets, you can find Death Sticks on Coruscant, but you can't find them on Hoth. That works for me. And what if you can find that guy in one of the bars? Because I think it's pretty clear when you look at the shot of Mace Windu in the trailer on Coruscant, you can pretty much see he's in that lower part of Coruscant where all the bars and nightclubs are and everything. So what if we can find Death Sticks guy? What if, plot twist, he did go home and rethink his life? Because did the Jedi mind trick last forever on his mind, or did it wear off after a bit? You gotta ask yourself that. Why is it not letting us through? This way. This way. But be sure to like and subscribe, guys. If you're new, I'd appreciate it. Let's go for the 100. The 100 likes. That's the mini kit I need there, but I don't think I can. I don't think I can get it. I'm honestly not sure if I can get it on story mode. How will buying and having capital ships work? Will you be able to travel through hyperspace with them? What about docking your smaller ships? You can dock your smaller ships in them. I believe that's been confirmed, but even if it's not, it's pretty much been hinted at when in the PlayStation magazine when it was confirmed that a capital ship can come out of hyperspace, you have to disable it and then board it. That pretty much says that yeah, it can be docked. So that part, yes. I think something just tells me that I don't think the player is going to have control of the capital ship itself in terms of piloting it. I think that's going to be an AI. Now, look, I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I think that's how it's going to work, honestly. Once you purchase it, I think maybe that means you have to purchase it to explore it. You won't be able, you can disable it, all that stuff, but if you don't purchase it, you can't explore it. So I'm guessing that's how it's going to work. It's a bit unclear as of right now, but I don't think there's much chance of you actually being able to pilot it. If you can, I stand corrected, and that is one of the coolest things ever. I don't know though, I just don't see that happening. Have I seen the Xbox Game Store description of the game? I haven't. Is there something in there, Kyle? Honestly, I don't, I kind of leave it, as I'm sure most do, I leave it up to the fans to find this stuff. I know I'm a fan myself, but if I see something that's been found in like these posts, in descriptions or anything like that on Reddit, then I'll cover it in the video. I've not seen anything in the store, honestly. So maybe that's just me, maybe I've missed something, but I hope there's something in there. Not Nash, I am guessing so, yes. I think the capital ships will be a lot like they are in Complete Saga. I mean, that's like their one to go off, isn't it? The Complete Saga. Sorry, not the Complete Saga, the Clone Wars game. That's the only LEGO Star Wars game they've actually done this stuff in before. So they're going to take a lot of inspiration off the Venator and the Dreadnought. I'd expect them to be a lot bigger. I'm not saying 10 times as big, because especially the Venator, they were pretty huge, but I'd expect them to be pretty big. And yeah, I mean, I would be surprised if there's not many similarities between the Venator in the current game, because we know there's going to be a Venator. We've seen a screenshot of it and everything, only from the outside, so no interior. But I would expect a lot of similarities. Will there be mind tricks? Oh, without a doubt. Obi-Wan doing mind tricks, I can see it now. There's going to be tons of force powers in the game. Mind tricks have got to be in there. All day, every day, I think. What a jump that was. The Force Awakens may have some... Well, The Force Awakens as well will have some inspiration. So obviously it had capital ships in there. My point was that in terms of hub worlds, I'd say the Clone Wars game offered a bit more, because within the Force Awakens game they were just parts of levels. It's not like you could explore where you wanted to. You were set to a course that you had to follow. So they will take parts off that. But in terms of the Clone Wars game, they actually had 2 capital ships there that were not part of a mission. I mean, one of them, the Venator, was in a specific mission, only part of it, but they were designed to be explorable. They were designed to be nothing more than capital ships, whereas if you're inside of... were you actually in any capital ships in Force Awakens? I don't believe you were. I believe you're only in the Starkiller base, which isn't a capital ship, but it's a huge ball in space, so I suppose it's similar. But it wasn't actually designed to be fully explorable. It's just made for the mission, certain parts. So that's the situation with that, in my opinion. G-Fet, welcome to the stream. Darth Binks is just an epic name, Tyler. It doesn't need to make sense. Well, Jack Taylor, how you doing? We don't have a release date yet, no? Would you believe it? If there was a release date, it would be all over that title. All over that title for you. And get a True Jedi on story mode. We're just getting all these gold bricks done now, aren't we? We're close to the end of this game. Do you think Count Dooku or Palpatine will be able to switch between Force Choke or Force Lightning? I don't know. I think, well, this is nothing more than a prediction. I think you'll be able to... I think both of them will have Lightning only. And I think you'll be able to upgrade how powerful that Lightning is. I don't actually see you being able to do different abilities. But we'll see. Because that could be wrong. Hello, Exploding. How are you doing? This isn't the Complete Saga now. Since they're around... Well, there's not 300 characters confirmed Retrobot, it's around 300. I know you probably think I'm being picky there, but because the rest of your question is will it be 100 for each era, it could be around 300, so that could mean, it could mean 297, which, how do you split an odd number out like that? I think, honestly, because the people will pick up on it. Not that it'll be a big issue, but people will pick up on it if one era has more than the other. I think it will be equally split as much as possible. So I don't think there's going to be bang on 300. I honestly think there's just going to be over 300 characters. So I think there's going to be around... I'm going to go 311. 311, that's my prediction. Let me know your predictions in the chat. It's going to be something random like that. It's not going to be on the nail on the head 300. But it would be like 311, and you might have one less, one more in a certain era for a certain character. If there is exactly 300, then I suppose it would make total sense, wouldn't it, to just equally split that, but I just don't see everything being equally split. I mean, look at Battlefront. It's got content from all three eras, but there's nothing equally split in it, is there? It's all to some extent mismatched in a few places. 50 clones? Who told you there's going to be 50 clones? I'm not complaining if there's 50 clones, but who actually said that? Kyle, I'll check out that description at some point. Because right now, there's not... Now, look, we get little snippets of news every week, and it's never coming officially from LEGO. It's always things we've got to find out ourselves, but I take it there's going to be a news video this week, so I always try to get little things in that I may have never covered. But if there's anything on there that I feel hasn't been stated yet, I'll definitely include it in a video. But 20 of the characters could be Luke, you know. Depends who has the most appearances. Now, you could argue Padme, but at the same time, I don't think all of Padme's outfits will make it into the game, because there's some she has for mere seconds that probably won't even feature in a level. So, whereas Luke, every time he has a different outfit, apart from the Yavin outfit, he's usually doing something in the movies. I still think the Yavin outfit will make it in, but he's usually doing something different every time he's got a new outfit, whereas sometimes Padme just sits around for a second in an outfit. When do you think they'll reveal the release date? I say it every time. There's now, last week it was 1 week left of February. Sorry, last week it was 2 weeks left of February. This week it's 1 week. I think any time in February is possible. The first 2 weeks of March. If there's nothing after the first 2 weeks of March, I'm expecting a delay at that point. Without a doubt. I hate to say it, because I was not expecting another delay. And it's still not, there still might be, look, my deadline I'm going to say to you all realistically, and it's not to say I'm right, but I like to give myself good credibility after my first prediction delaying the game months before, and also my success rate in general from Battlefront to LEGO Star Wars, which has been pretty good. But I'll say to you that if we have nothing by... because there'll be nothing on weekends. So if we have nothing by the 12th of March, then we worry, okay? We don't worry before the 12th of March. That's just not going to happen. It's not going to be delayed if there's no news before the 12th of March. And that's your own FGG expert analysis right there. I thought I could have just gone in on him without, well, with invincibility active. But that wasn't to be. I wonder where the final mini-kit is on this level. Do you think that the Force is going to be like in Battlefront 2? Well, there's going to be... Look, Kylo's going to be able to freeze. Obi-Wan's going to be able to do a mind trick. Dooku and Palpatine will be able to use lightning. It's just a case of how it will feature, how many times you'll be able to do it, how it will look in different animation. That's all it is, really. But I think for the most part, most Force powers are going to be fine. But we're going to have them all. they're going to work very well. I don't worry about the Force in this game. I think the Force is going to feature absolutely fine in every way. Alright, and have I now made you all panic? Wazzy, is that what I've done? I've made you all panic for the 12th. Look, the 12th is still... How many days? Oh, we got 28 days, so we got 7... it's like 19 days, isn't it? 19 days. We've got 19 days where we can... Now, that does not mean, because FGG told you so, that we all panic on the 12th. I'm just saying I'm going to be personally worried from my experience with these things if we don't have anything by the 12th. But look, I honestly think it's very possible that we will. That is not saying it will happen. I'm saying it's very possible that it could happen. Okay? So, take of that what you will. I don't have any insider information. You know, I wish... It's not like... TT Games have like their own EA game changers. Because if they did, I'd be happy to work with TT Games. I think they're great, but it's not like I'm getting some insider info. Honestly, I mean, this is probably giving it away here, but if I was getting insider info, I'd probably be leaning away from the questions of talking about it or making it apparent. So there's no insider info here. I don't have a clue what the hell's going on. So if we don't have news by the 12th, that's not to say that we're all doomed, just because I told you so. Right, we got our true Jedi anyway, so let's find Palpatine. There he is. Look at him. We already know the name of the game, so we don't need to worry about that one. I'm doing good, Ezekiel. How are you? Which sequel movie am I most excited to play? Rise of Skywalker. Look, Force Awakens, even though it's going to be different, they've confirmed even the Force Awakens is built from the ground up. So it's not just the original 6 movies, even Force Awakens is going to be different from the first game. But because we've already played it, even in some sort of form, I'm not too bothered about it. But Episode 8 I'm not the biggest fan of anyway. I still think it's going to be fine in a LEGO game, because LEGO make everything insane. But Episode 9 I think is just the sequel movie I enjoy watching the most anyway, even though it's the most canon destroying. So that's probably what makes me most excited for it. Am I going to be in the Skywalker Saga? I don't think so, unfortunately. I'd love to be in the Skywalker Saga. We're 2 likes off the big 100, guys, so let's get it. Remember to subscribe as well. I would greatly appreciate it. I really would. I'm doing good, General First Trooper. How are you? Right, I want to try and answer some more questions. Is it worth getting the DLC packs? I haven't seen them yet, Dorito, but I'd say for the extra £10, $10, wherever you are, yes. Honestly, if you got the money, then do it. Because if you don't buy the deluxe edition, and then you end up thinking, oh, I wish I had now, these character packs look amazing, then you're going to have to buy them individually, and it's going to cost you more to buy them individually. So I'd say, because I know Germany now, as well as, because UK already had it, so Germany has it now as well, that you can buy the Amazon edition of the game, which is just the standard edition and the classic character pack. I would still say avoid that. Look, I think it's if you honestly just can't get, for whatever reason, you can't get the deluxe edition, honestly, that's understandable, that's fine. But if you have the money there, and you're thinking between the 2 editions, don't bother with the Amazon edition, don't bother with the standard edition, get the deluxe edition. Because when you see half of those characters, because there's 6 character packs and probably 8 characters at the least, they could go more than 8 in all of them, you're going to start regretting not buying it. So, and then you're going to have to end up paying more anyway. So just avoid the Amazon edition, avoid the standard edition, get the deluxe edition. Yeah, you should pre-order the game. I'd say pre-order the game. I've not played it. This could be the worst LEGO game of all time. I don't even want to say that. Remember when I used to make the Battlefront videos about this could be bad? I don't even want to make... I'm not even going to. It's not a case of I just don't want to. I'm not going to be making any videos about this LEGO game being bad. Now, it could be. You never know. Anything's possible. But realistically, is this going to be a bad LEGO game? I don't think so. I think... you're not going to relive your childhood in the same way if you're like my age, because things are different now. But at the same time, is it going to be an enjoyable experience? Of course it is. So, yeah, that's my advice to you. I've just panicked everyone about March 12th now. I'm gonna see a Reddit post saying that Fire Guy specifically confirmed that if we don't have news on the 12th, the game is delayed, which is not what I've done, but I can see it already. I can see it already. Right, we need to do some True Jedis, right? Do I want to do Hoth Battle? I don't know if I do. We'll do Falcon Flight. Get our True Jedi in this. I'm going to try and get that. Does anyone know what level the mini-kit detector is? Because preferably I need to get that done. And then we can go for the final mini-kits. Right, don't panic anyway. March 12th is not the deadline. It's just my mind. I can't give an opinion, Hybrid, on Marvel superheroes because I've never played it. I wouldn't say that, Tyler. I actually am good enough to get mentioned on Reddit. I've had full-on posts made about me before on Reddit, especially in my Battlefront days. You get that because you always have people, unfortunately, that like to critique every thumbnail, every video, no matter what, which is within their rights. But I just think it gets pretty sad. I could never live my life doing that. Is what I'm trying to say. So I don't quite know how anyone else could. But it's besides the point. We don't care about Reddit posts on FGG. We care about the game. We care about getting this release date. And the thing that I'm going to keep saying is do not panic about March 12th. I wish I'd never said that. But anyway, next question. RTT going to fix Finn? They've apparently said they're going to do Finn justice. But with that, I'm thinking, well, you can't change the plot, and we know how Finn was just awful in the plot in general. Now look, the way I see it is, if Kit Fisto gets to do the whole fight scene with Mace Windu against Palpatine, and lasts more than a second, then they've already done Kit Fisto justice. So, are they really going to do Finn justice, or is he just going to feature in very long levels of the game? Because honestly, you could get 2 levels out of Canto Bight, and I don't think giving Finn 2 really long levels in Canto Bight is doing him justice. So I don't know if I am going to read into their comments about Finn too much. How many levels are going to be in each episode? It's confirmed to be 5, Code. Not 6, 5, which I think is good because there's also going to be bonus missions. Being on Reddit probably isn't good. I don't have an account, or do I? Do I have a secret account? Who knows? I do not have an account that is at least known. So when I'm on there anonymously. To get the news. Not because I'm spying. I mean, I don't know what exactly there is, what need there is to spy on Reddit when it's out there anyway for everyone to see. But I am on there anonymously to get the news for you guys, because everything honestly, if you want to stay up to date with, some people ask me in the comments, how do I get every tiny bit of news? Just look on Reddit. There's no secret to it. It's just look on Reddit and you find everything. You could start a LEGO Star Wars channel tomorrow. Just make sure your thumbnails look good. Make sure you sound like you're at least half awake, and you're good to go. That's my advice. That's my YouTube advice. That is 45 levels to complete in story mode. See what I mean? There's, like I said, there's a chance the LEGO game could be bad, but is it really going to be? Are we really saying that? No, there's going to be some bad levels in that 45. There's going to be some levels that we're probably going to want to forget and never come back to ever again. But at the same time, are all 45 then going to be bad? No. I think every prequel level to a degree I'm going to enjoy. I can't see myself honestly not enjoying a prequel level, so... I'm definitely not a Redditor hybrid. I'm not. I look on there for the news. Anywhere where there's news. Will the deluxe edition be on the Xbox Store? Is it not already on the Xbox Store? I'm guessing. I am very much excited for Bad Batch. I'm also thinking, now this is most likely not true, because, look, like I said, there's probably going to be 8 characters per character pack, because they're probably going to do it the same as The Force Awakens. Now, the Bad Batch character pack, let's say there's 8. We know 5 of them are going to be the Bad Batch members. So there's always the possibility that, oh, the other 3 could be character spoilers. But at this rate, we probably know one of them could be Fennec, as she's in the show. One of them could be that elite trooper, the black with the green visor trooper. Now, say, because Bad Batch was supposed to be out early 2021, and we're nearly in March. I don't really count March as early 2021, but maybe it is. April is definitely not early 2021. So, if we get to April and there's still no Bad Batch out, and we know there's a Bad Batch character pack, maybe the game is delayed because there's a spoiler in that character pack. I suppose it's possible, because imagine if this game had come out last... when was Ahsoka revealed in The Mandalorian? It was November, wasn't it? No, the game was originally set for October to release. So it would have spoiled Ahsoka had both the character packs for The Mandalorian come out. So it's possible, this is very, very unlikely. But imagine the game, the Skywalker Saga is on hold until Bad Batch comes out, so characters in the character pack don't get revealed to us. Now, we don't even know if all the character packs are going to be out at the same time. They might not be, because that's how it was done in The Force Awakens. I suppose it's technically live service if not everything comes out at once, no matter how long that live service is. So it's honestly just a case of wondering with that one. The Mandalorian 2 character packs, there's not going to be another season for till 2022, 2023, is it? I don't even know. So, no, nothing to worry about there. The classic character pack is based off the original LEGO games, nothing to worry about there. Solo Rogue One, nothing to worry about there because they're already out. So the Bad Batch character pack is like the only character pack with actual mystery around it. I don't know if you can pre-order in Mexico, honestly. I have no idea. I'm guessing you can. I don't think LEGO have got a Mexico agenda. You know, for the channel, I mainly have to keep up with US and UK. And obviously sometimes a bit of Germany in there, but it's mainly US, UK is where you get most of the news coming out of, and everywhere else you expect it to just be the same. It's not that I don't care about the other countries, I do, I just don't have the time to look through Mexico, Germany, North Pole, everywhere like that. You know, I'm sure is there a North Pole edition? We're being stupid now. But look, most of my audience is American and British, so I tried to get the main ones out there. In terms of everywhere else, I'm guessing you're getting the same. Apart from the Vader sleeve where you can remove his helmet cover. That's only North America. Not even the rest of America get that. Only North America. Britain, obviously we don't get it. America first all the time, isn't it? So that Vader, I can't believe that Vader case annoys me. I really wish we were getting the Vader sleeve. And that thing looks so good. And then North America only. Whose bright idea was that? Just isolating half your audience. Really need the mini kit detector. Does anybody have a clue what mission it is to get this thing? Your last comment. Cloud City Trap. That's perfect timing. Cloud City Trap is where you find the mini kit detector. So that's the Luke mission, isn't it? And is it as a red brick or is it a gold brick? The red bricks aren't the extras, so we're looking for red bricks. We're not looking for gold bricks. I don't know what made me think that anyway. I'm in episode 6. Great start. Will there be first-person shooter elements? We don't know anything about first-person. Really, I wouldn't expect it. Honestly, I think LEGO games are anything but. They're anything but first-person. So I would really suspect no to that. Tyler, follow-up question. Of course, it's a red brick. I know. What's wrong with me? Okay, follow-up question though, Tyler. Seriously here. Do you know where the red brick is? Because I've got everything. Well, we need a mini kit, but that's why we're getting the mini kit detector. So if you can get me a red brick location, then I'll play the mission, because right now there's not really any need to. Question completely, how many characters will be in the complete roster? We know there's 800 altogether, but that's including NPCs, different versions of characters. I would guess on that screen where you see all the slots, there's going to be 311, because it's never an even number, and it's never exactly 300 or exactly 250. It's going to be 311 is my prediction. It's right behind the X-Wing. Oh, well, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. How have I not got this one yet? So we're going to have to play through the whole mission just to get it. Use Boba. Right behind the X-Wing. That's like straight away. King Emeralds, welcome. Levels are going to be a lot more open and less closed off with no restrictions on where you can go at the levels. So, yeah, I think... So, yeah, I think I get what you mean. From what I saw in the demo, from what I saw, I didn't see the demo. From what I was told about the demo, it does look like you're going to be able to choose your outcome a bit more. You can essentially... So what Crad spoke to me about was, look now, I'm going to force this X-Wing wing. You go like that. Now, it puts it in the right place for me. I'm only given one option. In the demo, I could force that. It would indicate me to force it. I could force it over here. And then I find out I'm wrong. I've got it wrong. So I got to find out myself where I've got to put that a bit more. But, there's the red... Jesus. Look at that. That is right there. That is embarrassing for me that I didn't have that. Thanks, Tyler. I will thank you. Because you've actually earned that. Well done. Well, I'm kind of questioning myself. Oh man, it's like when I got that mini kit the other day on what level was right? No self-destruct. Turning that off. It's like when I got that mini kit that was right in front of me on the other Bespin mission. Unbelievable. Do you know where the other mini kit is? The final one. When do you think we'll get the release date? Anytime before March 12th, in my opinion, means the game is still coming on time. But it's got to be soon. Even if the game's delayed again, they can't just keep delaying it. It's getting ridiculous. Like, this is crazy. It's like, at first, we can blame the pandemic. We can say, oh, there's been a global pandemic. Everyone's working at home. At first, right? This pandemic's been going on nearly a year now. I don't know what the situation is in other countries. It's a nightmare here, and I know the game's being developed here in the UK. So, it's crazy here. Everyone's at home. You can't go out. But it's been like that for a year. Most studios, most places where you can do your work from home, you've been working at home for like a year now, like 11 months. So we can blame them at first and say, let them off for the first delay. I have absolutely no problem with the first delay. That is nothing they could do. But they've been working at home for several months, and then they said, right, the game is now coming out in spring. Fair enough. If they were to delay that again, I'm questioning what the hell is actually going on. If there's development issues, alright, that's probably the last thing they're going to tell us, because they don't want to worry us, they don't want to make themselves look bad. But wouldn't they have considered some of these things before saying spring? I don't have a clue what the hell is happening right now with it, to be honest. I have no idea. Be sure to like and subscribe, guys, as well, if you're new. Would appreciate it. Let's try and get 150 likes. Use the bounty hunter door at the end of the level. Mini kit. I've already got that one, I believe. Yeah, I know I've already got that one because I remember going in there. No idea what the final one is. I suppose the delay, then the no information part, Wazzy. I mean, you look at... I suppose you could look at my... what am I doing? I know how to do this. Anyway, you look at my channel. I suppose, look, I don't watch any other content creators every video by any means, but I see videos here and there. And every news video I see is not news that's been given to us by TT Games. Same with me, same with everyone. Now, this doesn't mean it's non-official news or anything like that. What it essentially means is that, we're having to find out things off about pages or little images that have been posted here and there that have obviously been licensed by TT Games, but at the same time, we've had nothing from. I mean, you look at their social media accounts, absolutely nothing. How this happens, how this is allowed to happen, I don't know. Where if you rule out the gameplay trailer we had. Take away that, no, we've had the gameplay trailer, so at least that's something, because at one time we thought we wasn't even getting that. But take that out, what other info have we actually had? Tell me what other info we've actually had since the reveal. It is ridiculous, isn't it? Really. It's utterly crazy. How do you think red bricks will be obtained since there are 45 main levels and there probably won't be 45 red bricks? I'm questioning whether there's even going to be red bricks. I know I say this every week, but it's like, right, we know there's carbonite blocks pretty much, which were first introduced in The Force Awakens, because there's a carbonite block steelbook. They also had a big carbonite block built out of Lego bricks when the game was first revealed at E3 for everyone to like look at and take a picture with or whatever crazy stuff. Not crazy, but you know what I mean. So carbonite blocks are making its return, which is a bit unfortunate because I don't feel we need them. We're already getting kyber bricks. Do we really need carbonite blocks? We know there's mini kits because there's one in the background of a shot of Mace Windu and Anakin that we got officially from TT Games back in the summer. So I'm thinking here, gold bricks, red bricks, one of them has to go. Because the kyber bricks are a thing as well. Something has to go here at this point. There's no way everything is going to make it. It's just not happening. There's no way it's happening. So once again, it still doesn't answer the question of there's not going to be 45, it's an odd number. The other 5 could be the bonus missions. Like James McLaughlin, one of the developers, has said, one mission that was part of the original 6 missions of an episode in the old game could be a side quest in this game, could be a bonus level, so maybe that's where they'd add a few more gold bricks in. It's definitely possible, but I don't know. I'm questioning red bricks, I'm questioning gold bricks, and it's unfortunate because I'd rather have them than carbonite blocks. I think carbonite blocks is one of those dead ideas that they've ever made. There's just something about gold bricks and red bricks, standard Lego bricks, but the colour of them offers so much more. It's mad, isn't it, how Lego games are so simple, but the things in them are so important in our hearts. I hope gold bricks don't go. I'd see more chance of red bricks going. I mean, one thing I am glad that most likely won't be turning up in this game is the blue mini kits. Like, what were they thinking? I enjoyed the super stories, honestly. I did. Not super wait, were they the super stories? I believe they were. Or the missions where you had to find. No, they weren't the super stories. They were missions in the complete saga where you just had to find 10 blue mini kits in 10 minutes. They were in the easiest places ever, but you obviously had the timer. It was fun. But why blue mini kits? You could do that for the carbonite blocks. Maybe that would make them worthwhile. Blue mini kits to me was not a good idea. I'm glad that they've not confirmed that they're not returning, but they weren't in the Force Awakens game, they weren't in the Clone Wars game. It's pretty much certain for me that we're not getting the blue mini kits, so that's good at least. Well, we know there's going to be 952 kyber bricks. It looks like kyber bricks are the main one that they're pushing, so I'd expect to see kyber bricks everywhere. I hope these kyber bricks look nice. We kind of got a little look at them in the image that showed us there was 952, but I hope they look. I hope when we actually find them in game, they look pretty cool. Will we find them in game, or will you just get one automatically for finishing a level? We don't have a clue. Will there be a lightsaber throw? I hope. We had one in the Clone Wars game. Now I don't believe there was one in the Force Awakens game. However, I let a lot of things off with that game, just because we were using, for the most part, the lightsaber characters that were in that game out of the actual story. Kylo, maybe his cross guard would get in the way with a saber throw. I don't know. And Rey was just training at the time, couldn't really do half this stuff, so I let them off a bit with that. I'd hope it would return. I hope they pretty much get everything out of every LEGO Star Wars game that's existed, minus the blue mini kits, please. Please, not the blue mini kits. Also, get rid of, like, I think they did this because it's in this game. It's not in the it's not in the complete saga. But having to do True Jedi in free play and story, just get True Jedi once, as far as I'm concerned. I think that completely works. Just once. We're 10 likes off the big 150, guys, so let's get it. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking that they're going to anonymously straight up release the game without warning us. I'd think that too, but I don't think you're allowed to do that. I mean, you're allowed to do whatever you want, but I don't think that's a good look. Oh, the game... Say someone wants time off work for it. I know that sounds crazy because you're probably thinking this is a kid's game. Us adults love it. Say someone needs to book time off work for the game, and TT Games just come out and say, "Oh, the game's out next week." Is that fair? I don't think that's very fair, is it? I think they got. This is another reason why I'm saying March 12th, because they can't leave it too late and say, "Oh yeah, by the way, the game is now coming out next week." If they announce it in February, then the game could still come out in May. But if they're announcing the game in March, then the game could potentially be coming out in June. Maybe even July. Maybe in their world they're going to count July as spring. No, I don't know if they do that, but anything's possible at this rate. Oh no, I gotta fight Vader. Did Force Awakens have saber throw? Was Kylo able to throw his saber? I don't actually... This is why I'm trying to complete this game, the original trilogy, and then, which we've nearly done now, especially after this mini-kit detector, we're going to race ahead. This is why I want to get this done, and we're going to just move on to The Force Awakens. Now, here was me thinking, the way I'm going with the original trilogy, we're not going to have time. But at this rate, of course we're going to have time. We still don't have anything. I'm hoping this week. I genuinely am. I'm hoping this week. But do I think we could honestly be sat here a week from now, still asking the same question of a release date, still asking the same question of a trailer? I honestly do, yes. I wouldn't have told you that at the start of the month. I honestly thought February was going to be the month, but now I think the complete and utter opposite. Oh no. Oh dear. There we go, do that. Now hopefully we can just finish this mission. Really? We gotta force that? Now can we go through? Yep, now we can. Make a playlist for the streams? I might. That's gonna take a while though to add them all to it. I should have though, because I have a playlist for my Skywalker Saga videos, but I've done that as, you know, as I go along. So Kylo wasn't able to saber throw. Well, that makes sense, because I even said then I don't think Kylo would be able to do it. It would require different animations, and would he be able to throw across guard? I suppose he still could, because at the end of the day, he's trying to kill whoever he's trying to kill. So it doesn't matter how many blades the saber has. I'm just thinking, would it work, honestly? Is it in here? No. I wonder where the final mini-kit is. Maybe it's around there. Nope. That's just off the edge. Oh, C-3PO. I'm so excited for this game as well. And honestly, I'm so excited to play as C-3PO. The amount of things we're hearing about young 3PO is mad. The way he can translate, the way he can play as different parts of his body. That's some drop. Oh my god. At least we got our red brick. We've now got the mini kit detector. Well, we can unlock the mini kit detector. I don't know if we got enough studs for it. I don't know how much it is. So we'll find out now. Thanks Tyler for that one. Appreciate it. Next question anyway. Like and subscribe guys as always. Rogues here. Hello Rogues. Welcome back Matthew. You did. My birthday was nearly a week ago now. My birthday was on Tuesday, last week. Well, this week technically. It'll be last week tomorrow. Where is it? How much? Oh, good enough. What about that? We got the mini kit detector now, boys. We're really ramping it up to complete this game. How do you feel about combat? How do you think it will be? Smooth, unsmooth? 11th time asking William. I'm sorry. I did not mean to miss your comment so many times. How do I think combat will be? I think it will be smooth for the most part. I don't think there'll be... It's Lego characters at the end of the day. It doesn't have to be accurate saber on saber like we see in the movie, like a lot of people hope for in Battlefront, for example. I think most of it will be... Like, if I attack someone randomly in the middle of... Why is it always Tatooine that comes into my head? But if I attack someone randomly in the middle of Tatooine, I'm expecting a lot of the combat to just be the same as this, honestly. That's what I'm thinking, at least. Anyway, we're just going to speedrun this level, put this mini-kit detector to the test, because we need one more on this level, so it's a case of can we get it. We'll check in here, just in case there's something in here. I doubt it's in here, because we'd be able to see an arrow, wouldn't we? So, I doubt it's anywhere. My birthday's the 16th. I bet someone's going to tell me their birthday's either the same day or near that day, because February is such a popular month for birthdays. I know that myself, like the amount of people. I mean, I have a family member who has the same birthday as me. That's crazy. That room is so confusingly strange. What is my favourite game of all time aside from any type of Lego games? Honestly, it's the Simpsons Hit and Run from when I was a kid. That is a game and a half. Like, that is just a quality game in every way. Absolutely love that game. Did the Complete Saga not have Chewie ripping the arms off? I think that's one of the things I love about the Lego games. You can show Chewie ripping arms off. They couldn't show that in Battlefront. Of course they could animate it. They just weren't allowed to show it. But in Lego games, like I said, if people really want to see Anakin kill the younglings, then I still don't think it's going to happen in this game. I think we'll see like him ignite the saber and everything, and then the little youngling look back at him. But I don't think we're actually going to see it, but if you were to see it in any game, it would be this one, wouldn't it? Or it would be the Skywalker Saga, all the way. It's less graphic. Still can't see an arrow for this mini-kit. Am I supposed to? Is there an arrow? We have got it turned on, right? We do have it turned on. In the Complete Saga, you can usually see all the arrows no matter how far away you are, but we don't seem to be getting that. We'll check in here just in case. Will there be base building battles? I'd suspect to some degree, yeah. I don't think they'll be as prominent as the Clone Wars, because that game was just all-out Clone Wars, but I do think battles like Hoth, like Geonosis, will definitely be base building to some extent, especially from what you see in the cover image, like alone. I think that says so much. Well, yes, we'll be able to fly Slave One without a doubt. I have no doubt whatsoever in my head. You'll be able to fly Slave One. You'll probably be able to fly both versions of it as well. Both Jango's and Boba's, which is great. I don't think that... Imagine if the game does release in September. That's so long. I mean, I remember when I was originally thinking, before the delay, this game, I was thinking to myself, like, this is going to release in May, like last year. And now look at us now, we're still here. That's just the door where we came through. No point doing anything there. Anything around here? Nope. Still no arrow for this final mini kit. Okay, we have boys. We've done it. We've found an arrow. We've found the final mini kit, I presume. Here it is. This is it. Death Troopers have got to be in there. I mean, they're not in any of the movies. Well, they're in Rogue One, which is a spin-off, but they're in Rogue One, they're in The Mandalorian, they're in Rebels. I know Rebels isn't present in the game, but look, they're going to be in there. You can't be in that many different types of Star Wars content and not be in the game. Right. I'm thinking, where the hell is this now? So it's back there. Is it something to do with forcing these? It might be something to do with forcing these. Daily reminder that the dead speak. Oh, my favourite part, you know what I really can't wait to see in the Skywalker Saga? Is Poe saying somehow Palpatine returned. What an epic moment that's going to be. Somehow. It's like we don't even know ourselves how he returned. It's something to do with this, right? Surely? No? No idea where it is. Anyway, guys, next question, anyone? Anyone got another question you'd love me to answer? Right, well, I have no idea where the hell this is. Like, it's there. How do I... There. There. Wait, how the hell do I get there? Maybe it is, maybe it's in one of the future rooms. No, but now the arrow is pointing that way. Let's just fly over here. We'll see if it's still showing in the next room. How large do I think the Death Star will be? I think it's going to be pretty big because I think you're going to see all the different types of things we see in the movie. From the conference room to the Emperor's chambers, or throne room, as you say, to the cell block. We can go back, right? Okay, we can. I think it's inevitable. They've got to be in there. I think it's going to be absolutely huge. Question is, will there be many similarities between the two Death Stars? I mean, did the Emperor have a throne room in the first Death Star? I'm guessing he did, and we just never saw it. Do I think they'll actually be online? They could be. There is in the complete saga, so... Would they really not do it? Just make sure I get all these. You got the top one, get the top one. Okay, right. We've done it. Boys, we did it. 10 out of 10. Look at that. Unbelievable. Hype in the chat, guys. Let's get 150 likes to celebrate. We did it. The Death Star's probably going to be treated like a planet, I would guess. I think it's going to... Because you're not going to be able to pilot it yourself. Maybe you'll be able to set course for a certain planet if you infiltrate it, take over, which I think would be so cool. I hope it's difficult, though. I hope if you can take over the whole ship, it's difficult. And it's not something you do often, but there is like the chance that you could overrun all the troopers and take over the Death Star. Imagine that. But I think it'll be treated like that planet, honestly, without a doubt. 150th dislike? Oh, thanks, Hybrid. I remember when I did a Battlefront stream back in the day where we asked people to dislike instead of like. Nothing really changed. It offered the same as liking, but did that not work? R2? Try this door. But we did it, boys. Make sure you subscribe as well if you haven't already. I would appreciate it. It's actually confirmed that it can be piloted. It's not confirmed that you can pilot the Death Star. I honestly don't think you'll be able to pilot it. Logically speaking. You know, that'd be great, I'm sure, but is it actually going to happen? I don't think it will. How much will the Death Star cost? I mean, it depends what price range we're going with. Because while Force Ghosts in this game are like $1 million, the currency could be completely different. It could be like 500,000 in the new game. It could be 2 million. We just don't know. So I'd say to unlock the Death Star, I'd put it at $1 million. Because you don't want to put it too much where you can't explore it, but at the same time you want to work towards it. Maybe 1.1 million. I'd put it at. Maybe I'm crazy for saying that. And then a Star Destroyer like that one there, but much more in detail. You'd probably put that at around 250,000, 300, maybe 500. Who knows? Who knows? Back to the Mos Eisley Cantina. You can try and find another level where I got maybe I'm one off, and do that. Make sure to keep your questions coming in, guys. I would appreciate it as always. Make sure to subscribe, like, all that stuff. And let's find another question. And let's find a level as well. That's beautiful though. Oh, we still don't have the red brick on that level. I've completely forgot about that. We'll go back and find that. The Junlin Way, these two are too long. They're too long. We got most of these now. Rebel attack. There's one on that that's frustrating where you got to make all these things go green and it doesn't work. Good videos, thank you Ryan, appreciate it. Matthew, what was your comment? Matthew, if you want to give me some Grievous tips, drop by the next Battlefront stream and you can give them to me live, because I'll just forget for the next one. That's the thing. I don't want to do that. Was Ghost characters playable in The Force Awakens? They weren't. But I'm glad in a way, because we've been waiting a long time to play as Ghost characters again. So I'm fine with waiting that bit longer and getting them done. Should we do the Palpatine level? I'm going to do Escape from Echo Base. Try and get the final 2 on this. Can you consume death sticks? I'd love it if you can buy death sticks off the guy in episode... well, on Coruscant, but he's there. And you can buy death sticks off him. Or you can tell him to go home and rethink his life. As Obi-Wan would say. Was that a good impression or was that awful? Right, we've got 2 arrows coming from over there. I don't know what that means. Do I have a guess on the price? On what? Because if you're talking about the game price, we already know that. So, I don't think I need to guess that one. I didn't realise so many people wanted death sticks. What is it about death sticks? People just love their death sticks, clearly. People love the most random things in Star Wars, but am I complaining? No. There's not 8 DLC confirmed, there's 2 DLC. Sorry, 2? What am I talking about? There's 6 DLC. But, one of the, 2 of them, there was a leaked screenshot that came with the leaked menu of there being 8. And we're kind of left guessing. Now, I was so surprised there was no Clone Wars or Rebels, especially Clone Wars character packs. Well, they would have confirmed this by now, is my point. Or they would have said, 8 DLC packs, here's 6 of them, 2 of them are to be confirmed. But they didn't say that. So it makes you wonder, doesn't it? It really does make you wonder what the hell is happening. Right, we've lost one of the arrows. Or is that too close together? I think that's too close together. Hello Connor, good to see you. How are you doing? Do you think you can make your own crew on the Star Destroyers? No, I think Look, it's very easy to get a bit too ahead of ourselves, but honestly I think that's what we're doing. I think we're getting a bit too ahead of ourselves. I honestly, no, I don't think you'll be able to. I'd love it if you could, but do I really think that's going to happen? No. I'd love it. I'd love, you know, I'm sure in the future, years and years from now, maybe we'll be able to do absolutely everything in the Star Wars games and it just be like we're in the universe and we can do whatever the hell we want. But right now, no. I'd love to make a crew then. Hello Matthew, hello Tom. A lot of new people dropping by. If you are new, make sure to subscribe, guys. Would appreciate it. The Yoda Death Noise King Emerald is going to be in there. There's a petition, and when the game was first announced, TT Games retweeted that petition. So they are aware of it. It's definitely going to be in the classic character pack if Yoda's in that. But could it even be in? With normal Yoda? I think it's possible. Why would they give Yoda a new Death Noise? Nobody wants a new Death Noise. Is there anybody here who wants a new Death Noise for Yoda? Because I'm guessing everybody just wants the classic one, including myself. How could you not? Alright, gonna build these skeletons. And then, yeah, I think I remember I failed on this one because I destroyed them both. So this is 1 here. There's 9. Now I'm just going to go back because there was 2 arrows at the start and I don't want to have missed the other one. So we're going to go back and have a look. Hello Chad, welcome to the stream. Do you think this game will be huge? Because the interviews make it out like it's going to be huge, but I'm wondering, will it really be that big? I think from what we've seen... if you watch my demo video once again, because that demo video, from what I was told, I pretty much told you guys everything I was told, but there is so much, honestly, like, the worlds you can roam around. I mean, look at the demo video I made. You're at Luke's house, Jabba's palace is in the distance, you got the Sarlacc pit. We didn't even cover the Mos Eisley Cantina on there, you couldn't even see that, because that's probably way in the distance. That's Tatooine alone. So, without a doubt, for me, this is going to be a huge LEGO game. It's going to be their biggest of all time. Now, well, that one day that will be beaten. They'll make one that's even bigger. I think for a while this is going to be their biggest LEGO game. Will the medical droid be in the game? Yeah, and I think the medical droid will also be playable in the game. Without a doubt, I think it'll be playable. It was meant to be playable in the original, in the complete saga. It's in the cutscenes, it's in the files, which one of the great things is like people have gone in the files now and found all the characters from this game that aren't playable. But we're in the files, and the medical droid was in there. So I think without a doubt the medical droid is going to be in there. Also, I think I said this in one of my streams, that the medical droid was like one of the nicest looking characters from this game, considering the time it was made. It looks so good. So I think the medical droid will be in there. There'll be a medical bay where you can probably see him, interact with him even. I was surprised the medical droid never made it into the Clone Wars game, but it doesn't really matter too much, does it? Right, we need to get the one up there. There's no high jumpers, that's the problem. And I can't get the prequel characters on to this. So it's probably going to be something to do with that machine you gotta make. That car that C-3PO rides. I'm guessing it's this. Like if you park it just underneath here. And then... Really? It's gotta be it, surely, hasn't it? I don't know what other way. Like, there's no Jar Jar, so what other way would this work? Right, let's get C-3PO. Oh, we need to activate the fans. Does anybody know how this works. What do I think will be the next LEGO game? It could be an Indiana Jones one. It wouldn't surprise me if there was a tease for that in this, if maybe Indiana Jones was a playable character. I think there's more chance of George Lucas. And this is like the first week doing these Q&As where nobody's asked about George Lucas. I think we just get the memo now that George will probably be in the game. So, yeah, we'll see, but I think it's going to be Indiana Jones. I heard somebody say it's Marvel, which wouldn't surprise me as well. I mean, Marvel is huge these days, especially after like Endgame and Infinity War, so it wouldn't surprise me either if Marvel is on there. Oh, let me see C-3PO go. He never goes on it on the free play, does he? Jump off one of the crates you slide. Okay, we'll try. I just don't think it's really within range, is it? Is that within range? You just made me look like a complete idiot. But am I complaining? I honestly didn't think that was within range, but you know what? I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. I don't care, because that's another level done. So, and we got everything in this level. We're gonna take it. I honestly didn't think you'd be able to make that though. Can we just walk through this? Do we really have to do all the buttons? We're probably gonna leave it there after this level, guys. So like and subscribe if you're new. And final questions, obviously. A final countdown of questions. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. Will there be a graphical improvement on the new consoles? I'm guessing there will be. Although in the PlayStation article it did say that the game hasn't really been upgraded too much for PlayStation 4. Now it didn't go into graphics in that area, but look, I'm guessing it would be. There's got to be some sort of graphical improvement. If there's not, what do we do? I'm glad you've noticed this, Miranda. We're on such a streak right now. Like, I'm gonna be doing the I'm gonna be doing attempt 2 at the super story for episode 4. Because if you weren't here on Thursday, the level glitched and I couldn't use any blaster characters to tightrope over to places. Did I say 360? No, Cities, did I say 360? How dumb is he? Oh my god, did I say 360? I think, see, this is why we're ending after this, guys. I'm getting tired now. It's time for bed. 8:30. I'm clearly too tired. Did I say 360? Lego Star Wars is not coming out on the Xbox 360. If I said, did I say that? You sure I said that? Did I say the game is coming out on Xbox? I don't recall actually saying that, but it wouldn't surprise me at the same time if I did. Well, not to worry, Morano, because we didn't get anywhere. It glitched out for me. I couldn't complete it, so we're going to do it tomorrow, hopefully, if I can remain on schedule. Tomorrow we should be doing attempt 2. And when we get to that specific part in the where it didn't work last time, I'm just going to... I'm just gonna get it done as quickly as possible before it gives anything a chance to not work for me. Do you think there will be any big things that are playable in the game, like maybe a Wampa? Yeah, they've confirmed Wampas are going to be in there. Most likely will be playable. They're included in the characters as well. We also found out this week. That was a bit of news we got in terms of the 800 characters, that does include any animals or any creatures like a Wampa. Now, I think we'll be able to play as them, personally. We were able to play as quite a few of these types of creatures in the Force Awakens game. There's no reason they'd go back on it. And I kind of like that, because if you go back to the complete saga, we couldn't even play as Jabba the Hutt. Now we can play as him in Force Awakens, so I like that. I like how certain characters aren't just limited these days. I think it's a fantastic addition in every way. Lovely, we get that. We're about to end our streak here. Hello GFET, welcome back. So I did actually say 360 then. I apologise. I apologise. Will there be a Lego Sarlacc? Yep. Watch my demo video. The Sarlacc is confirmed to be in there. Plus, I think we've seen it in a screenshot already. No, we haven't, but we've seen we've seen one of the skiffs next to the sail barge, pretty much implying not that it wouldn't be in there. Let's be honest. Of course, it's going to be in there. What a nickname for Jabba the Hutt that is. We probably are gonna end it there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. What percentage are we on? We are now actually within, especially thanks to the mini kit detector. Owe it to Tyler, hate to say it. We're on 87.4. We're within touching distance. We can finally get onto the Force Awakens. I think I need to actually buy the Force Awakens now. I can safely say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already, as we now end the stream. We'll go through active users. Thank you Morano, Wazzy, Tyler Wakefield, Tyler Matthews, Spaghetti, Sonic, Ryan M, Ryan Khan, Matthew Husky, Matthew Holt, Hybrid, GFET, Ezekiel, Eric, Donny, Dalphidius, Benny. Thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate it as always. We should be back next week with another Q&A. Should be here hopefully tomorrow. Attempt 2 at the Super Story, provided we don't get the same glitch for episode 4, and then we can do the Super Story for 5 and 6 as well. And finally get onto the Force Awakens so I can familiarise myself with the game that I have actually 100% completed. Check the achievements if you don't believe me. But within the... because I never really went back to that game, I've completely forgot most of it. So it's time to get familiarised with that again once we have this game done, which I'm very excited about. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.